What happens when you use the best 2 cards in the set in a new aggro deck? Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. It's Hello Good Game, and I am pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena deck guide video. Trostani, 3 Whisperers, Anzrag, the Quake-Mole, coming together for what is a very, very aggressive Naya aggro deck. Breaking down this deck list in depth within today's video, giving you a deeper understanding of how to pilot the deck effectively and efficiently. Furthermore, we will demonstrate everything that you'll be learning today in our ranked gameplay footage. And then finally wrapping up with our concluding thoughts, deck review, and channel news. If you want to help out, it's easy. Leave a like. It means a ton. You can also subscribe to the channel for future content. And if you have any thoughts, hit us up in the comments below. If you'd like to share your deck, or you're looking for help within Magic the Gathering Arena, or you'd like to just talk Magic, hit us up in our community Discord, link in the description below. Let's take a look at the new deck.
It's a new lap record!
Here we are with the Naya Mole. This is a white, red, and green aggro deck focused around Trostani, 3 Whispers, and Anzrag, the Quake-Mole. A very aggressive curve with a 2.1 average mana value, utilizing 24 land, ensuring that we curve out consistently. 26 creatures to our 10 non-creatures, giving us a decent ratio of field status, while still balancing protection and removal. Okay, so first things first, we will be providing Anzrag, the Quake-Mole, with Trample, via Inti, as well as Trostani, right? So the Trample is provided to our giant attackers, which will confirm our damage output, which is quite nice. If they choose to block the Quake-Mole, we will untap our creatures and have a second combat phase. This is quite nice with Ruby Daring Tracker, as she will receive +2/+2 every time attacking with a creature with power 4 or greater, which is great. So now the first attack +2/+2, second attack +4/+4 on the 1/2, which is quite substantial if you do get that second combat to pop. Of course, we just utilize a Tyvar stand, at which point the mole will have indestructible, and if they're going to block it, another combat with it surviving, great news. Otherwise, they are taking that 8 damage and facing the blues. Yes, of course, this can be doubled with Trostani, 3 Whisperers, our next creature here. A 4/4 for 3, and it can provide double strike for 3 mana. And on the Quake-Mole, that is fairly ridiculous if left unblocked. And if we have Trample on it, well, it's going to get the job done just as well. Furthermore, we can give a creature Death Touch until the end of turn. This is acting as quasi-removal within the deck. Very good with a combination of the Indestructible, as well as the First Strike from Thalia, right? Death Touch, First Strike. We're all familiar with Glissa, and it is just as good with Thalia, with Trostani's ability. We can also give a creature Vigilance, so if we're matched up in a control deck that we suspect has a Wandering Emperor, or another aggro or mid-range deck that is also looking to attack us back, now we can attack while defending simultaneously, which is quite nice. And then again, like I said, that double strike, which is our pride and joy of the deck. So with that being said, Inti not only provides Trample, but +1/+1 counters as well, which is quite nice, increasing our damage output. And then we can also gain potential card advantage by sorting through our deck. Now, we do have a lighter curve in the build. It's a 2.1, still using 24 lands instead of trimming that amount for the consistency, and also running 4 copies of Inti. Now we are getting it down early, almost always, right? We also, through the abundance of land, are hitting them almost always. And we just discard them. It's very easy to discard what you don't need with Inti. And then it's best of both worlds, right? You're not getting stuck with cards that you don't need. Extra copies of Inti, more land than you need to curve out. So, you know, that is a very good card in the build and one of our main focuses, okay? Aside from that, we did talk about Ruby getting the +2/+2 whenever it attacks and you control a creature with power 4 or greater. It's a 1/2 with haste for 2 that can tap to add mana, which is quite nice. And that could potentially allow us to play the Quake-Mole as early as turn 3, which is really, really cool, right? Our other turn 3s will include an Imp Call, Thousandth Moon for 3, a 1 power 2 toughness creature, and whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on an Imp Call, and then create X 1/1 gnome creatures that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on the Thousandth Moon, which is quite nice. So we do try to play the field by going tall with the Whisperers, with the Quake-Mole, but also going wide with the Thousandth Moon via those tokens, which is quite nice. Again, Inti's +1/+1 counters are great for an Imp Call, as it will increase the amount of gnomes that we make. Furthermore, we do have Kumano in deck, and when it enters for one damage to each opponent and planeswalker they control, and then whenever you cast your next creature spell, it gets a +1/+1 counter, right? And that could potentially be the Thousandth Moon. Furthermore, on its final trigger, you'll transform it into Etching, a 2/2 with haste, and whenever a creature will die if it was dealt damage by a source you control, it will be exiled, which is great to permanently deal with your opponent's baddies. A few other creatures in deck will include Thalia, Guardian of Thraben for 2 mana, a 2/1 with First Strike, and taxing non-creature spells by 1, which is quite nice, as we are a creature-focused deck, slowing down our opponent's tempo. And then we have Kellen, the Daring Traveler. It's a 2/3 for 2, and whenever it attacks, you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card with mana value 3 or less, put it into your hand. Otherwise, put it into your graveyard. Again, allowing us to generate card advantage through potential draw, or at least pushing non-wanted cards to our graveyard, so our draw can be an increased chance at something that we'd like. Okay. We'll also utilize as our final creature in deck Screvel, Defector Might, a 1/1 for 1 with Toxic 1 that cannot block. We can pay 1 Phyrexian white mana, either 1 white or 2 life. Tapping it, choosing a color. Another creature we control will gain hexproof from that color, as well as Toxic 1, and cannot be blocked by creatures of that color, which is quite nice, allowing us to protect our mole, protect Trostani, protect the moon, as well as potentially allowing them in unblockable, which is great for lethal. Okay, removal within the Animus Might. Again, we did talk about the Death Touch acting as quasi-removal on all of our creatures. If our opponent's going to block, throw Death Touch on it. If you didn't kill it with combat damage, you'll get it this way, which is great. Of course, the Might is casting for 3 as sorcery, 2 less if it targets a legendary creature you control. That creature will deal twice its power in damage to creature or planeswalker you don't control. And then stand for 1+X at instant speed. Target creature has +X and indestructible, as well as hexproof until the end of turn. So this is quite nice, like I said, just to protect the gang as we continue along. On that note, we'll also utilize Plaza of Heroes to not only fix our mana, but again provide additional protection through the 3 mana and a tap, 4 total, sacrifice into exile of it. Legendary creature gets hexproof indestructible until the end of turn. Right, then we're utilizing, our dual lands for consistency, and our utility lands for a little bit of added value. Not utilizing any creature lands in deck, as they do enter tapped, and we want to be as aggressive with our curve as possible. Okay. With that being said, we're having a ton of success currently with the build, and I think maybe there's some potential improvements as we continue, but I'll need your help. So while we play today's matches, with an open mind, hit me up in the comments below. What did you think? Maybe there's some cards that you thought would have worked well in a specific scenario, something that you didn't think held its own weight, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then, you know, we can all play a better version of the deck. You know, I'm just a single person. I know I've been doing this a long time and all my decks are great, but that's because of all of the community feedback from you all. So thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a magical day. Let's play some Magic, yeah. Going first, thank you. Thalia on 2, thank you. Mole in hand with a stand. The mole stand? Oh my god. We have to rename the deck. Can we just call it the banana stand? There's always money in the banana stand, Michael. Okay, so they do seem to be a spell-based deck, so this should be a nice play here with Thalia, just taxing them. 3 Thalias in hand is just what we want. I think this is actually fairly acceptable to do here. Free combat. It's a might, not a 4th land. I'd like the might, but... Could I have a land, please? No, again, they're still taxed here. This is a clue, not a treasure, so that's fine. Sentinel's good. Okay, Sentinel's decent. Good blocker. We could push up by 2. Let's get after it. And if we don't need to, we can put the mole in front. Nice. Okay. Yeah. I like it. We actually removed the Sentinel, which is a big deal. It's a good creature. And we got to draw Nimpakal as well. Wormlet gains Death Touch, and that's actually not great. As you see there. Another land in taps, though. I'm gonna play a Nim. See if there's any interaction. We don't see it at all. Just swing with Thalia. First strike overcomes the Death Touch. They block the token down to 12 on our 3 damage. They have 4 mana, potentially 5. As we see here, 4 left in hand. I believe they do have the ability to sacrifice this, which isn't great for 3. Okay, that's actually maybe good. Land out, and we don't really have much of an attack. We could attack with Thalia and replay it, I guess, is our best bet. Just for the counter on a Nim. All right. No protection. A decent field, but they are, you know, definitely not out of this. They can solve the case for 3. 3 cards left in hand. It is a clue to draw. Down to 3 available mana, 4 in hand. It is a Falcon. Pushing up the Wormlets, gaining 2 life. And then they're solving it. Is this our 7th land? The Death Touch takes it immediately. But we do get the untap. We just use the... Plaza for indestructible. Right? Instead of the ability, we just force damage and use Plaza for indestructible. And then take another combat damage. All right, all right, all right. Settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down. 3 land. But Ruby is unplayable. Obviously, our first top deck of a forest. Preferably a Plaza, actually. Doesn't matter so much. Not another green spell, though. It's fine. We get a couple more chances at it. Do I want to pay life? What are they playing? If it's a control deck, we can. If it's the tempo deck, we cannot. There's a big difference between the two. They're not really letting us know, huh? I'm going to say 2 slow lands is control deck. This not only nullifies cut down via the tax, but also has a replacement if it does get hit on the turn 2 here. Right? They can spend the majority of their turn to remove it. Really? Still no greenland.com equals that's so sad. Land out. We should map token for the land, right? Oh man. I think that's the play. Oh no, you can't map token without the green land, you frickin' goofball. Let's swang for 5 then. You see this green source here? You leave me alone. So, probably just replaying Thalia if they're a control deck. Kellen can chill out. Again, we are not looking so hot here. 3-color deck can be a little bit tricky sometimes, you know. Expect some of these matches to take place. Really? More unplayable cards. Not an Emperor yet. We could still face removal, though. And you really don't want to play slow against a control deck. Not great. Letting them curve into Sunfall. You're like, I didn't even have to gain life. Yeah. Just countering it, maybe? Makes sense to me. Oh. Bro, you have no idea. You're a lifesaver. You're a literal lifesaver, homie. Thank you so much. Main phase as well. Please don't field wipe me. Maybe they're baiting me into a more valuable field wipe. No, the long con. The long con. I see. I see. That's on me. That one's my bad. Get wrecked, right? Well, I mean, and that's the thing. You know, you have to take advantage and just try your best, because to try to pace it out isn't going to work. It just simply will not work. Man, this land, I'm telling you what. Uncooperative, but we'll still do our best. Down to 11. 42 left in deck. They turn on the life gain. It's probably bad. They kind of do. 3 available mana through the Celestis. Day-night cycle has begun.
You can be made to obey.
What a cruel world. Swing for 2. Rack. Delphia. I guess maybe. This is already unwinnable. Control decks are great. Doo-doo. In your own time, right? There's no rush here.
Impossible. Organic minds are easily quelled.
Okay. Running headfirst into our next roadblock. Oh, absolutely. I'm not entirely certain. Like, I'm not being impatient. I'm just curious, okay? I'm just curious. What's going on? Are you still around? I think we can call it. The land. How have I not drawn any land? What turn are we on? I still have the original land that I started this match with. That is great. Did you just Tony the Tiger us? Yeah. Is Tony world renowned? Tony the Tiger, is he Frosted Flakes? It's been a minute for myself since I've had some, but I think that's right. It's there, you know. Oh, you'd like to dominate us further? Hello, a good game. This land has just been a unique experience. Wow. Like, and to not... Bro. On the draw, bad land. Better. Acceptable. Toss le mole. Well, I mean, I guess you just sit there. Well, I mean, there's no difference here either, so whatever. No, you're a bad god. They're like, I know. He's not this turn, though. Goodbye, an imp call. I'll see you later. They might take Kellen if they have another bat, but... Plaza out. Might Kumano. And Nim. With Might to protect. Shredadelphia. No land, though, huh? That's too bad. There is no attack here, unfortunately. They could double cast for the Connive, unlocking a land. Don't you dare Delphia. It would be instant speed anyway, so I'm just going to leave it. If it was another cut down, there's no way. Okay, Plaza unlocked. That's for 3. And a tap, which is 4. Oh my gosh. So let's just get in there. Push ourselves to 3-4. 2 of our bros are active. And I think I just want to take the Mole God back, don't I? Get rid of the Connive. I think that's actually maybe more important because they're late on a land. And also don't connive them right now. Oh, the conniving's gone. You literally just removed it and you could have got a map token there. Sorry, I just had a stroke, I think. Oh my gosh. Connive is back, but no land, right? And Imbecal's still super active. This is going to draw for us as well. Should be fine. You can go to the graveyard. You're literally trash. At this point, I think. Okay, Plaza stays up. Just get your hit in. It's fine. Remember that time I missed my map token? Okay, okay, okay. That's pretty good. I don't think so, though, right? Like, doesn't that overexpose them? Like, even though it becomes a neutral, shouldn't have they just defended for the positive? I'll never know, man. Good game. Land is good. Hand is a little slow. Was a little slow, HGG. It was a little slow. Now we're right on curve with a 2-drop Thalia against a control deck. Not exactly what we want. So we should get through most removal. Cut down could hit us for 2. Lockthwain could hit us now for 3. Well, there's so much removal that could hit us for 3 after the tax. Lockthwain's one of the worst, though. Okay. We have Indestructible for 2. Let's swing for 5. That Indestructible is so very important. Yes. So I wish I would have played this first, almost. I guess let's just increase our damage output since we can no longer do them both. They could have taken it on the stack, though, so that's a hard decision, right? Hard decision. Bingo bango. Tracker if they have a blocker. If not, I think it's straight to the Mole. Oh no, my life is ruined. Good card. My computer's dying. They're attacking me, my chat. I want to say that like the Irish accent, me chat. It's like Lucky Charms. Oh my god. No, 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 no! I love this game. I love this game. Let's take our damage. I mean, down to 9, it's not out of the question. Lots of removal here, though, you know? Get lost to Delphia. Bruh. Alright. Let's find the good stuff. By that, I mean another removal spell. Bully! Okay, so leave it there. And then throw it away. Because I don't really want the might, but I do want a confirmed counter to hit for increased damage. Land will remain as a throwaway / bluff. We'll see. Interesting. I need like Protection? I guess we don't need protection. Always use protection, chat. Opponent, you're gonna start off the match here. Nice land, quite a lot of it. I guess since we're not playing on 2, there's no need to pay life against a red deck. Oh, it's Gruul. Similar rules. Oh, wow, it's actually going to be far worse, in fact. Oh, no. What we should have done is mighted it. I think I've just misplayed. Right? Played the might and then used the might. The mighty might? I did F up. I did F up. Maybe they just chill out. You know, maybe they're not into it. What do I know? A little bit of an oopsie-whoopsie there. Specifically if they can stay at 3. Oh. Okay. Well, that does indeed suck. Bad play on my behalf, I suppose. But, you know, potato, potato, and tit for tat. It's all good. Very similar. Imagine if we would have not misplayed and then still gotten that value. Well, it would have been dead already, but... No removal in this deck, I don't think. And then we just have our stand to win. Right? I'm pretty sure that's how this works. They could choose not to block. I mean, that is also on the table. At which point we don't stand. Only one green source is the only thing holding us back, really. This could be problematic. It's not. Well, kind of. Really does decrease our damage output. So, again, only that one source. I guess we just remove the Ruiner and play our Thalia after. Let's smash. Hopefully they block. I mean, I'd prefer it. I didn't think so. Beautiful. The mole can win any game. Just needs to survive. Thalia's gonna protect us for the most part, I believe. We have enough health that this is, you know, not problematic whatsoever. They're to the point where they basically need to block. We take it. Thalia will get us lethal. Beautiful. The mole could go in this Gruul deck with the picnic ruiner. Mole picnic ruiner. Oh, the mole's picnic. Land looks good. Hand is there, and Inti should solve a lot of the problems. I don't want to pay life. Big dog 69 420. Oh, okay, okay. Playing mono red. I mean, I'm playing mono red as far as they're concerned too, though, I guess. Yeah, cheers, homie. 3-3, not terrible. No protection, though. You always want to have protection, and we will soon. They have to play a second land, lose their +1 counter to remove it. Or they play Strangle, which would be an absolute Chadelphia move. Chadelphia. Hit for 2 to 16 with that third on top there. Very nice. I don't think we need to play the land yet. But I'm also still not going to discard this. I'm going to play it because it's a quick land. It needs to be played now anyways. And I think we just smash, don't we? I don't want to remove this. But it's a sorcery speed removal. Remove the bird. Toss a land. Let's see what we get. First and foremost. A land. Lovely. And I guess we should have saved the land. Whatever. Hit for 6. And let's take the Phoenix chick. Oh, cancel. Legendary creature for 1. Much cheaper, yes? Okay. 3 damage with removal on Inti. I get it. Dang it, Randy. Oh, I should have pushed it to 4. What was I doing? Etching? You better save the day here. Ooh. And I think you will. Absolutely. Hit for 4. Down to 9. We should have lethal next turn. Protection if they try to remove, which I don't think they will. We could also block. Oh, easy block. Interesting. That's not good. They actually can't attack because we'll just swing for super lethal. You're just going to give it to me. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Let's swing in. I think we're still fine. Right, we have 3 damage. So they block the 3. We're still hitting for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good game. We didn't even make it to Mole Town. Alrighty. Naya Mole. No joke. I like the fact that we have such a simple deck. It is just bash him in with the Mole. If you don't get the Mole, you'll have Trostani, and that's going to be good enough. And a Nim Pakal is backup, right? The Might protects them all perfectly. If not, we have Stand plus Plaza, keeping it super simple, right? Removal within the Might, not bad. I think better than a Witchstalker's Frenzy here, honestly. Instant Speed is nice, could consider them both. Kumano, honestly, is just in every deck. It's the best card ever made. I think running Thalia is really nice to tax our opponent as well. Kellen, maybe not needed. Honestly, maybe this is the weak link in the deck if we were going to cut anything. I like the card advantage that it can provide, but it's not nearly as aggressive as everything else in deck, right? Inti is just so good for the build. Ruby is fantastic with the deck, and Thalia is just good all around, right? So, there's very few, like we can maybe cut a land, right? Maybe Kellen could go. What would we add? I've got a couple cards in my sideboard that I was thinking of, but maybe doesn't hold its weight. The Cauldron. This can reduce the ability costs of Trostani, of the Mole, which is quite nice. So, that's something that we could consider. Breakout for draw, but, we do have Inti. I was using Kellen at the time, so maybe that's a thought. Indestructible through the Bodyguard. More tokens through Adeline. Trample through Kodama, but, I don't know if we really need it because of Inti. The Crusher, enchantment, and artifact removal, but in best of 1, I'm not entirely sold on it as a main deck strategy. It being a 4/4 is pretty cool alongside Trostani. it was in the original build, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe better than Kellen. I'd love your thoughts on this one for sure. Helena and Elena, you know, I guess another 4-drop could go in the deck to extend our curve. Maybe we drop a mole, add one of these. It's great. The haste is cool, but whatever. The Thrill Seeker. This could go on the mole, push it to 10. You sacrifice it for 1. You know, that's like a lot. That's a lot of damage, dude. So the Thrill Seeker, I think, would do really well with the mole, in all honesty. Yeah. Polakranos, always a delight, but triple green could be kind of tough. Sigardia maybe, but I don't think we're using enough humans because, you know, Trostani and the Mole, they're not humans, right? So, and then Jetmir, but I'm not sure we're going wide enough. And Imbicol's the only tokens. Do we always have 6 creatures? Not really. For the trample, 3 for vigilance, sure, but whatever. 9 double strike, not happening. So, you know, that's kind of, it's a good card, but I don't know if, like, this is a tall kind of version, a little bit wide, but, you know, you could be running all the tokens. You could be using Squee, Adeline, and Imbicol. Not here, right? We're kind of trying to blend them, and I'm not sure that Jetmir works really well within that blend. Okay, dokay. Thank you for watching. I appreciate, again, all your feedback in the comments below. If you want to join that community Discord to share your own deck or, you know, get some feedback on it, or you're looking for help building a brew, but you've got limited wild cards or something, hit us up in the Discord. It's always our pleasure as a community to help out our fellow members. Until then, though, just have an absolute magical day, and I'll see you soon in the next.